Welcome to my video on the TI-84 CE Plus calculator. This is my second lesson in my complex variable series. In this lesson, we're going to talk about the complex conjugates and the complex division problem. Before we get started, I'll do a little bit of background to make sure we're all talking the same language here. So here's our basic complex number. Z is equal to A plus BI. Now we write the complex conjugate usually with a star. Sometimes it'll have a bar across the top. It's called the complex conjugate, and all we do, it's really very simple for a name like that, is we just change the sign in front of the imaginary part. So that would go from plus b to minus b. So that's all there is to it. Now we use this complex conjugate in multiple other areas, but in this example we want to do complex division. So if we've got a plus bi divided by c plus di, that's going to be the product of a plus bi times c minus di, and you recognize that that's the complex conjugate of the denominator, divided by c plus di times its complex conjugate, c minus di. And in this case, c and d both have to be non-zero or it all just blows up. So in the first problem, we're going to find the complex conjugate, real and imaginary parts of the number z is equal to 4 minus 7i. Okay, let's turn on our calculator first of all. Now, I want to change this. It's in real numbers. I'm going to put this, we go back into our mode function. Go down here to change to real. Go over to a plus bi, hit enter. Now we're in the complex. And then we hit second mode to get out of that. So now the calculator knows we're working with complex numbers, a plus bi. Now to find the complex conjugate, what we do is we're going to get into the math function now and have it do the calculation for us. So we're going to do the conjugate of 4 minus 7i. So what we do now is we hit the math function right here, and we arrow across to complex, and then we go down. Well, it's already on number 1 for the conjugate. Hit enter. Now we enter the number 4 minus 7, and then we hit second, and then the I is down here. Close the parent, hit enter, and we're going to get 4 plus 7i. We've just changed the sign of the complex portion, or the imaginary portion. Now let's find out the real part of 4 minus 7i. So once again, let's clear this. We're already in the complex number system. So now let's go to our math again and arrow over to complex. Now this time let's arrow down to the real part. So it knows we want to calculate the real part of a complex number. Hit enter. And we enter our number 4 minus 7i. 4 minus 7 second I. Close the parent. Hit enter. 4, and 4 is the real part, so that's equal to 4. Now, if we want to calculate the imaginary part, or have the calculator do it for us, 4 minus 7i, same basic process. Let's clear it. Let's go into the math function. Over to complex, go down to the imaginary part, hit enter, and enter our number again, 4 minus 7i. That's second I. Hit enter, close the parent, hit enter, and we're going to get minus 7. So that's correct. Now let's do a division problem. Let's take the example 3 plus 2i divided by 4 minus 5i. We're going to divide these two complex and other numbers by each other. So now what let's do, let's just clear it again. Let's enter the first number, 3 plus 2 second I. Close the parentheses, divided by parentheses 4 minus 5 second I. Close that, hit enter, and we're going to get a messy answer here. 0.0487, blah, blah, blah. And that's plus 0.5609, on and on, at plus I times I. Now, let's see if we can simplify that into a fraction, which makes it a little simpler to look at. So let's go back into our math function again, math. Now, first thing comes up is fraction. Let's hit enter. And it'll express our answer in terms of fractions. Now, enter. Okay, that turns out to be 2 divided by 41 plus 23 divided by 41i. So these two are equivalent answers. It's just we've changed the form of it to put it in the fractional format. Well, I hope you got a little bit out of this and learned about complex conjugates and complex division. I want to thank you for watching.